change, that changes what everyone else has to do. For example, you get the idea. Now, throughout the course of the scene, they may mess up, or they may not realize that one of them is not sitting, standing, or kneeling. If that happens, feel free to very quietly go until they fix it. Cool. Once they fix it, of course, stop. We don't want that during the whole scene. To get these three improvisers started, all we need is a location where the scene might take place, like a Starbucks or
doctor's office.
Great. This is going to take place at a doctor's office. And how do these three people know each other?
They don't.
They don't. Oh my. We're gonna say two doctors and a patient. All right. Two doctors and a patient. The rest is up to you. Action.
Will I ever be able to move my legs again, doctor?
That's questionable. Now, we can. This is our Dr. Kapoor.
Yes.
He's like our main guy around here. And so, Dr. Kapoor, can you look into his eyes?
But my legs is the problem.
but first we need to assess your general health.
Very healthy.
On this side note, his legs are broken.
Okay, 1 second. Alright. Mobility is good. Great eyebrows, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's what? Are you okay, doctor?
I got. He's having another nervous breakdown. Okay.
You have dandruff in your eye. I inhaled some.
Take your time.
Oh. Okay. That's the most traumatizing thing to ever happen to me.
All right. Back to work. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, so now we may want to look at his legs when you get a chance. Okay. They're broken.
What appears to be the problem?
What happened? Just
I
story.
See. Could you try standing for me? Well, that didn't work.
I need my wheelchair.
Look what I found. It's a wheelchair.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I need this. Okay. Okay, well, okay. Wheel yourself over here.
Wheel.
All right. Yes. Okay. Here, you have one too nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry. First.
Yes.
Okay, we did the stand. The
Right.
stand test.
Right.
Failed. Wait,
Failed.
Did both?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
You need to do it again. Stupid class. No, okay.
I'm just an intern.
No, it's a clipboard. Okay, I will use a clipboard. Okay, I have to do it.
I don't. Okay.
Here is the clipboard.
Right. The clipboard.
What's
okay?
It's the dance with again.
Gibberish, who will be translating what the actors are saying to you, our English-speaking audience. So this translator will be translating for this actor. This translator will be translating for this actor. To get us started, all we need is the title of this foreign film that does not exist. So it's like Moon Over Paris or
Heat and Ice.
That's My Baguette. This foreign film spoken in gibberish and begin.
Blah, 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 blah. Not flavorful.
Why do you have that baguette? Give it to me.
I recommend that you
I have it because it's my baguette.
Blah, 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 blah.
She gave it to me, I'm pregnant. This baguette is my child.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
If I eat the baguette, my baby will come out in 20 minutes.
Well, this baguette is my child, and I love it dearly.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
If I eat it and I have the baby, maybe we can share.
Too late. I've already eaten the baguette. Ow. Ow. Ow, my wrist. I always get the last bite of the baguette. Not this time. Ah. I'm dying. Give me the baguette before I die. But who'll take care of I'm telling my mother that she should eat a baguette for me.
And scene. This one was a tragedy. Different scenes. And they're all going to be mostly two-person scenes, unless it gets a little funky. We'll see. Okay, two people to step forward. Great. These two to start. And what's going to happen is they're going to do a scene, they're going to do a scene, they're going to do a scene. They're going to be moving around, so they'll be moving around. At any given time, someone on the back line can yell, "Freeze!" very loudly. They will have to freeze in that position, in which case two people step forward, take their positions, and start an entirely new scene that had nothing to do with the previous one, only inspired by the physicality of what they're doing. Cool. To get these guys started, can I get a letter of the alphabet for? Yeah, we'll have you two started. T. Great. So you put your body in the shape of the letter T. Thank you. And for Shane, can I get another letter of the alphabet?
Y.
A Y.
It's not too hard.
Great. So these will be your starting positions. You are not stuck with them. This is just where you're starting. And begin.
So yeah, this is my impression of a character from any Bethesda game because they're so glitchy, you know what I mean?
Dude, it's raining. It's great outside.
Oh, sweet it is? Oh yeah. Oh my god, this rain feels amazing. I haven't had a shower in days. This feels great.
See, when I was your age.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
When you're my age. Okay.
Walk me over to the bench. All right. No, bench is over there.
Oh.
Great.
Oh, my back is broken.
I don't think I can move anymore. We shouldn't have gone on this hike. Why did you think we could go on a 7-mile hike?
Yeah, and with like, we have like bubble gum stuck to our shoes.
Why is there so much bubble gum?
I don't know. There's like all the tourists here and stuff. Oh,
Great. Alright, so we're gonna do this, okay? Yeah. Alright. So you get one side. Alright, I'll get the other. We're gonna put it to the grate. It's about 8 feet.
We're literally barely making it right now.
Okay. So it's heavy, okay? It's heavy. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Alright. Just got about.
I like how it's size of a midget.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Okay, so you think you can just beat me all the time, huh? I mean, it's pretty easy. You're not that smart. How dare you? You know what? I don't want to.
Back off, man! I don't want any trouble.
Well, you shouldn't have kicked my car, man.
Look, your car was in my parking spot, okay?
It is not your parking spot.
Yes,
This
it
is
is.
public parking, man.
Look at the sign. It says only for me.
my spot, and then you kicked my car.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Really?
Freeze. And then you step back, and then forward.
Hands up
Hands up.
and spin.
No, we need more dazzling
Freeze.
hands. Step back.
Okay.
Dazzle.
Freeze.
Okay.
Freeze.
Let's make those freezes loud and clear. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not that advanced.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, so
Just okay.
okay, no, there's
Am I doing it wrong?
No, okay, see, you're treating your feet as if they were your hands.
Help it breathe.
It was confidence.
Where were we? And this is how you maybe?
No. This card does not play music.
Okay, so silence, that's cool.
Yeah, opera silence, my favorite.
I have an iPod. Do you want me to play music off that?
iPod, gotta be in 2005.
Okay. Well, I'm saving up to buy an iPhone, but I have 3 kids that I need to take care of, so.
Janet.
Billy.
Fancy meeting you here, Janet.
I know, right? I haven't seen you like
Yeah, no, it's great, thank you. So, you grew it out?
your hair. It looks horrible.
Oh, you mean it? Oh, yeah. So much. This thing that we have, chemistry, I think they call it.
It's fine.
Freeze. Arithmetic. Yeah, I'm just gonna
What are we doing here in Detroit?
I have family that live out here. We have to.
Oh my god. No, dude, you know how much I hate Detroit.
Some people used to call it Motor City.
Yeah, now it's just called trash.
Look, all right. Detroit's a great city, man.
Great.
Look.
Linda.
What, Dan?
You know I like it when you wear your contacts rather than those square things. Those, you know, just a pet peeve of mine, okay?
You don't like my glasses?
No, I don't.
Why
I
don't you
told
like my
that-
glasses?
Freeze. There's.
I don't know. My girl doesn't like the glasses.
What is that?
It's a little baby pineapple. Look at how
See?
sounds cool. So, but it was cool, but that's basically a lie.
It was an accident. I signed up for a writing class and then they canceled it. So then I ended up here. But I really like it, so it's okay.
I have a large interest in comedy, and Second City is huge in the comedy scene. And so when my mom was like, "Hey, dude, there are improv classes at Second City," I was like, "We gotta do this."
For me, it's just fun to make people laugh. That's like the most fun thing for me. So, that's it.
Think about doing improv.
Okay, I feel like in the beginning, the hardest thing, and we discussed this as a class earlier, the hardest thing is learning to like let things go. So whether or not you're like, oh, I don't want to mess up, so I have to be funny, you have to just let that go. Or if you have a certain idea that you want to get across throughout the scene, and the other partner is just like not on the same wavelength as you, sometimes you just gotta let it go and go with what the other person is saying to make it better and funnier. So. Quiet.
I honestly think one of the hardest things is, kind of to add on to that, just coming up with the first, don't try to plan anything out, you just kind of have to go with whatever comes into your mind first. That ends up being one of the big things that I have to deal with, because it's like, you want to plan stuff out, that's your first instinct, but it's just gotta be like, nah, you gotta keep it quick, and then when you keep it quick, keep it smooth and stuff.
I think one of the hardest things is probably like, because I think in improv it's very important to maintain a certain amount of like